Alright guys, we're going to do our handwriting. We started what letter last week, Drake?
O.
Oh, Ava? What's in your name? V. Letter V. I want everybody to stand up. Start this one.
Oh, we're sliding down to the end of the alphabet. Sliding down to the end of the alphabet. Sliding down to the end of the alphabet. Sliding down the letter V. V slides down, V slides up. V slides down, V slides up. V slides down, V slides up. That makes letter V. Oh, we're sliding down to the end of the alphabet. Sliding down to the end of the alphabet. Sliding down to the end of the alphabet. Sliding down to W. Slide down and up and do it again. Slide down and up and do it again. Slide down and up and do it again. That makes W. Oh, we're sliding down to the end of the alphabet. Sliding down to the end of the alphabet. Sliding down to the end of the alphabet. Sliding down to letter X. Slide down here, now slide down there. Slide down here, now slide down there. Slide down here, now slide down there. That makes letter X. Oh, we're sliding down to the end of the alphabet. Sliding down to the end of the alphabet. Sliding down to the end of the alphabet. Sliding down to letter Y. Slide down, stop. Slide down there. Slide down, stop. Slide down there. Slide down, stop. Slide down there. That makes letter Y. The end of the alphabet. Finally there, we're at the end of the alphabet. Let's do letter Z. Go across, slide down, go across. Go across, slide down, go across. Go across, slide down, go across. That makes letter Z. Oh, we slid down to the end of the alphabet. We slid down to the end of the alphabet. We slid down to the end of the alphabet. V, W, X, Y, Z. V, W, X, Y, Z. I'm not ready to.
You are sitting down. You guys ready?
Mm-hmm.
What letter were we doing, Amelia?
V.
Who wants to tell me how to make a V? Emily.
Diagonal line to the middle, up to the corner.
Is she good? Yeah? Alright, everybody, I want you to say it at the same time. Ready? Go. Diagonal to the middle. Diagonal to the corner. Ready? Diagonal to the middle. Diagonal to the corner. One more. Quiet. Ready? Diagonal to the middle. Diagonal to the corner. Today you're going to do wet, dry, try. And we're going to go over again real quick, okay? So you all have your slates. Okay? Kaylin, this is what you're going to do, okay? So you have a slate. It's already got a V on it. You're going to take your wet sponge. You can do the wet part. You're going to put at the top what this happy face is. And you're going to say the same thing. Diagonal to the middle. Diagonal to the corner. Then, have a piece of paper towel. You do it dry. Diagonal to the middle. Diagonal to the corner. Then, a piece of chalk. Do it again. Diagonal to the middle, diagonal to the corner. That wasn't a very good one. And you just keep repeating it. And we're going to practice it several times, okay? So say it with me. Ready? Diagonal to the middle. Thank you, Emily. Diagonal to the corner. Ready?
Yeah.
Diagonal to the middle. Thank you, Kale. Diagonal to the corner. Rebel, what am I doing? Say it.
Diagonal.
To the middle. Rebel. Diagonal corner. Now what do I do, Ricky? Sponge. Are you say it with me, Ricky? Ready? Say it. Diagonal to the middle. Diagonal to the corner. Then what do I do, Bri?
Dry.
Dry. Ready? Say it, Brian. Diagonal
Diagonal
to the middle.
Diagonal
To the
corner.
corner. And then you just do it again. Yes, Mama. You want to do the chalk with me? You ready? Go.
Diagonal to the middle. Diagonal to the corner.
Corner. Any questions? What, Ava? We have to finish handwriting first. What letter are we making, Heaven? What letter? What is this letter? It's in your name. You're so close. Emily, what is it?
B.
V. Okay, on your seat you're going to find your slates and all of your tools. Go to your seat. Everybody there in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You do not have to put your hands on your head. You just can go ahead and start.
Diagonal to the middle. Diagonal to the corner.
It's high enough. You can't really see the kids.
Diagonal to the middle. Diagonal to the
Right, you have to say it as you do it.
diagonal to the diagonal to the middle. Diagonal to the middle. Diagonal to the corner. Diagonal to the
Diagonal.
diagonal to the
going to the middle.
How you doing, Bella? Bella, how you doing?
Kale, did you go to the middle?
I did it 2 times.
You have to go to the middle down here.
Alright, so this table makes me nuts. Uh-oh, Brian. Doing it again. No.
That's the bottom.
Dino trucks at recess? Nope. What you want to play? I know we can play. I know we can play.
But she's coming to watch you guys do it.
I already did it 4 times.
Yeah. It doesn't matter how many times you do it. You do it till it's time to stop.
What, Emily?
Diagonal,
What
middle, diagonal, corners.
Got that on my
I'm sorry.
diagonal.
You're gonna take a paper towel and you're supposed to roll around and roll up. Rebel, what letter did we make? Does anybody know what sound V makes? Nobody knows what sound V makes? What, Amelia? That tickles your teeth. Band. Violin. Good job, Ryder. Hi, my name is Karla Pagan, and this is my reflection video on my lesson number 2. The lesson that I did for my second lesson was a handwriting lesson. The children had been introduced in a previous lesson to the letter, and this was a reteach and more practice activity. The lesson started as a whole group lesson. It was when the students went to their tables that the differentiated instruction could take place. As each student practiced making the uppercase letter V, I was able to move around the room and observe their work. Excuse me. The students who seemed to be struggling with the activity were then able to get one-on-one time or reteaching or assistance with their work that they were doing. For this lesson, implementing different levels of instruction was fairly easily done. Each student was at that point working independently on their own chalkboard. They were doing a wet, dry, try activity where they were given a chalkboard and the letter was already written on the board for them. They had to take a sponge and trace it and say slide down middle, slide down up corner to make the letter. Then they take a dry paper towel and do the same thing, slide down middle, slide down up corner to make the letter. And then they had to write their own with a piece of chalk. And they did this continuously over and over for several minutes to practice, so that they were practicing, but at the same time the teacher and myself could go around the room and see who was doing a really good job with it and who was struggling with it. Having them work individually on the activity made stepping in to work with individuals fairly easy, those that were having a little bit extra trouble. Since I had the mentor teacher and I also had a paraeducator in the classroom with me, we were all able to stop and help those individuals who seemed to be struggling with the task. Because not only did the students have to correctly write the letter, they also had to be able to say out loud the actions as they carried out the movements on their boards. So as they were tracing, they had to say slant line down middle, slant line up corner. They had to do it over and over. And this was just a generated practice so that they would easily be able to make the letter on their own. If I had been the only educator in the classroom, it might have made it a lot harder to get to all of the students who needed help. Since I had extra help, it was actually nice that we could help everybody involved. I think that when I teach this and similar lessons in the future, I would probably spend a little bit more time on the whole group part, making sure that each student got to take a turn telling or trying to explain to the whole class how to make the letter properly, and each letter being practiced. That way I know that each student has an idea of what they need to do and to try to do, and I did do the demonstration, but I think the students should also be able, maybe with a small class like I had, they could have probably each had a turn before they went to do their individual practice. If I had more than 14 students in the classroom, I might try to do maybe some peer mentoring with this type of activity, where those that got it and know exactly what they're doing could help those at their table who also were on the right path but maybe need a little help with saying the correct words. There were some students who would try to start in the middle and slant to the corners. It just didn't quite work that well. Or they'd start in the top corner and they'd slant over to the bottom corner and then try to go up. So the shape was wrong. And their words weren't matching what they were doing, which was part of the exercise. They needed to match everything they said, had to match what they were doing. It was a fairly decent lesson, fairly easy mini lesson to do. And I think that as I do more of them in the future, I will spend some more time on, since I have this particular class only has 14 students, so it was very easy with 3 educators in the room to work with all of the students to help those that were struggling. By the end of the lesson, they also are doing fairly well and can now all tell me exactly how to make the letter V, what needs to be said, and what needs to be done. Thank you.